Hi everyone, welcome back, welcome live on our YouTube channel. Today we're here with my colleague Fernando. Fernando, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go, Silvia.
Okay, perfect. Hope you guys are doing well. So today we're here to see together the 2D object creations in Magicplan. So we will start really from the basics. So with an SVG file, Fernando will explain everything in some seconds when we start. So don't worry. I'm just doing the introduction to let you guys the time to join us during this live webinar. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comments. As usual, we will take a look at them. I will interrupt Fernando and ask him the questions if you have questions. So, Fernando, maybe to give our viewers some context, why are we doing this live video today? What was our idea behind it?
The thing is, we saw necessity coming from the users. Some files that we saw that they were basically like an image inside of a SVG file that sometimes, most of the times, is not recognized by Magicplan, exactly because those files are not vector files. So today we decided to come and to show what the problem is and how to fix this in two different softwares. One is a paid software, one is a free software. So you guys can choose what's the best solution for you, and you can do your custom creations and bring inside Magic.
Okay, perfect. So hopefully it will be useful for everyone because I mean, if you have a tool which is also for free, you can try it out and see if it's something that fits your needs. Okay, Fernando, I'm gonna share your screen so people can see what you're gonna do. Here we go. Perfect.
Guys, so I'm gonna start just to help you guys understand why sometimes we have this problem. That simply the SVG don't work normally 90% of the time with all the examples that we have here. It's the same problem. The thing is, let me show you guys. I just opened Illustrator. That is a Adobe software. It's a paid software. But I'm just gonna create a basic file here, like 500 pixels by 500 pixels. RGB color here, just so you can use we can use as an example.
Okay.
So the thing is, I'm gonna bring inside Illustrator just the thumbnail of our presentation. Hey, that has this badge that we planned for this presentation, and you guys don't need to know about this, but how to mask anything. But I'm just mask this image so you guys have an idea of what we are facing. So in this point, I have artboard, like the area on my file that has 500 by 500 pixels with this image in it. And then I'm gonna duplicate this. You guys also don't need to know how to do that. It's just for the example, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock one of those images, and I'm gonna do like a very quick drawing here that represents our bed. Again, I'm gonna do this very slowly in a bit, so you guys can understand what I'm doing and how I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just gonna create some lines here. Just
Fernando, I'm gonna stop you 1 second because I see in the comments people saying that your voice is echoing a bit.
My voice is echoing. Let me see if I can.
Because
Tell
I'm
me if
checking.
it's
I
better.
have, you see, guys, when we're live, it can happen. Um, I have the echo cancellation setting on, so it shouldn't happen because we have set up the audio as usual normally.
Yeah, please, guys, if it's happening, please let me know. Okay.
Okay, because for now I think I can hear good from my side. If you guys still
Okay.
hear an echo, please let us know in the comments.
Please let us know. So, uh, I'm creating in here like this the same bed that you guys can see in the example. I just did really quickly here, and I'm gonna remove my reference image on the background, and I'm gonna have like those two examples. So what we have been seeing here, it's basically this. One of the some files that we are receiving, they have like just the image inside, like I did here. I just bring the image inside of Illustrator, and the correct file needs to be a file that is a vector file. So what is the big difference? The big difference is in the file that has the image, I don't have any information. And in the file that has the drawing, I have all those dots, those blue dots that you guys are seeing here. They're like basically dots that are created with mathematical coordinates inside of this area that we established. So this is what Magicplan needs to read your file. So every time that you see this possibility, or you see a file like this that has like an image inside, because you can save in some cases a image as a SVG file. You can go there on the drop down in some softwares and ask for, okay, I like to save this image as a SVG file, but this is not going to be readable inside Magicplan. So the important thing is we need to have those points, those coordinates here in the drawing, so this drawing is readable inside Magicplan. Okay, so this is basically the big difference that we're gonna have within those two approaches. And the one that we want is this one with the dots and the coordinates. So let's imagine that you don't have the access to use like Illustrator like I'm using right now. I'm gonna close this one because this one is a paid one. So if you don't have the access to it, it's fine. But if you have access to it, it's really similar to this other one that I'm gonna show it right now to you guys. And it's Inkscape. Inkscape has a version even in Linux, in Windows, and Mac OS, and sometimes you can even like adapt the code in some ways. So you can download Inkspace for any type of system that you are working on. So what I'm gonna show to you guys right now is I'm gonna open Inkspace for us here. And now we're gonna create on Inkspace, that just created the screen outside of my of my screen that I'm presenting. Now inside of Inkspace, you're gonna see this splash window to begin with. I'm gonna create a new document. I'm gonna ask for a new document, and then I'm gonna be presented with a screen like this. This screen has basically the same controls that we can see inside of most of softwares like vector file, vector drawing softwares. So what we're gonna do, first of all, let's imagine super king size bed that's basically like 2 meters tall, but 180 in the base, basically. So I'm gonna have this sort of mix between what I'm building and what is our reference here in our thumbnail. So I'm gonna start with a simple square. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna create a simple square. And this square, I can see on top of here, like the measurements, and the measurements are in millimeters. I'm gonna change these millimeters to pixels just to make this process a little bit faster for us and a little more comprehensive. But the thing is, the idea here is the aspect ratio. If you are building like a table that is 1 meter by 2, is 1 by 2, it's 3 by 4, it's just like basic math. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press like 200. That is gonna be my width, and my height, it's gonna be 180. And this is basically, it's my big bed, right? So basing on my mind here, or you can easily also bring the image inside of this software here. It's We could even just copy this image here, but I want this aspect ratio. I want a bed that has 2 meters on the base from 180 from the end of the table to the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just basically in the best way that I can, I'm gonna come here with a basic line, and I'm gonna do a point, another point, and just this lip here. I'm gonna do another point and a point to the top, and I'm gonna click enter, and this basically created this little lip here for us. So what I'm gonna do is come and adjust a little bit this. I'm doing a little bit faster here so you guys understand how I'm creating this, but I'll do a little bit less with a little less speed here afterwards. But basically is this basic drawing. Then I'm gonna do like a square and like another square that can be the same size, can be like a different size, but basically what I'm gonna do is use my elements here to round that up. I'll show you guys how to do this in a bit. Control C, Control V to duplicate and create my pillows, and basically I have this bed done. It's like really basic and simple. One thing that we need to always be attentive is when I'm working with strokes, I need to have this stroke needs to have at least can be any color that you want, but the stroke needs to be at least one in terms of it needs to be solid, and needs to have at least one in 1 point in terms of weight. So I have 1 point here, so everything it's fine. So just to move forward, just going back a little bit, since I didn't group this object, I had my readings on the different lines here were a little bit off. So I can like just select the first one, come here, change from millimeters to points, and be sure that we have like 1 point with all our objects, because this will guarantee that inside of Magicplan, everything will be created correctly. Okay, so this is my bed. I'm gonna click with the right side button, and I'm gonna group this. So I'm gonna have basically my bed here. So I'm gonna just grab my badge. I'm gonna align my badge to, uh, I can do it basic to the center of this page. I'm gonna come in document properties and change from millimeters to pixels. And again, what I did was like in my width, I use it 200, and my height, I use it 180. So I know that this is the size that I need. So for this, I'm gonna align again to the center, and then I'm gonna have exactly my drawing respecting this artboard, perfectly respecting this artboard. After my drawing is done and I have this sizing correctly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be come in File, Save As, and I'm going to ask to save as a plain SVG. Then I'm going to save to my desktop. And after saving this SVG on my desktop, I will send to Silvia, that is going to help me with this file. Let me see. This is it. I'm going to rename like bad Magicplan. And I'm going to use our internal communicator here, that it's Slack, to send this to Sylvie. Just a second, guys. I'll find Sylvie here. It's not.
I just muted myself so that we avoid the echo because I thought that it would help. That's why
No problem. No
I
problem.
did
Thank you,
that.
Sylvie.
I'm here.
So I just send it to you there, and then you can show us how to include inside of Magicplan. Do you need me to stop sharing my screen?
No. I have my other screen.
Okay.
I can share it. Don't worry. So we can do like this the magic. Okay. So now you see my Magicplan cloud here, right? So what we can do is creating a collection as if you never created an object before. So we start like this with the collection. We can name it Silvia Test so everyone knows that it's my folder. We don't need to upload a file here. It's just for the main page, let's say, of our collection. So we can do create. Okay, now we start. We create an object. We call it test bed, for example. It's a floor object. Yes, it's fine in this case. I will use metric, but you can also use imperial, of course. And here you can decide if you want to do it, let's say, resizable, which is probably what you want to do, right? So you can also play around with your fingertips, and we save and preview. Now we can upload our file. So we go here to the top view. We select the file that Fernando just sent me. Okay. Once you upload the file, do save and preview one more time. So you see here, okay, our SVG is working. If it appears here, everything has been done correctly. Now we can go back here to Silvia Test, which is the folder, and don't forget, publish to the app. Let's say yes, okay, give it a second. Now we only have one object, so I wanted to say it should be quick, so it was quick. Now, let me change my page, and I'm sharing my app. I'm using the simulator just to be a bit quicker right now, but you know that normally we also use the tablet or so. Just give it a second so that I see. Okay, I'm going to sharing it in 1 sec. So screen. Suck my simulator. Okay, so I think that my updates have been applied. If you see here the two arrows spinning, give it the time to save. Okay, we can check. We open here. I just created a room. It's a private office, but I mean, we can also change the room type and say it's a bedroom. Go to residential here, bedroom. Okay. So let's insert object. We can look for my folder. There it is, Silvia test. Voila, test bed. Boom. Here we go. You see that it behaves as a regular object that you would take from our library, but it's an object that you created. Okay. Fernando, I give you the stage back. Should I share your screen?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, let's do like this. Perfect.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Silvia. So guys, now I'm gonna close this file. Let's open up a new one, and let's take a little bit slower to understand how this process happens here. Okay, so I'm gonna create like a new file here, just so you guys have an idea. So let's go from the top. The controls here on the side, this panel here, you guys are going to see different tools. We're gonna choose basically 3 tools on this set here. They are going to be the basis of our work. And 2, they are going to be basically navigation tools besides of those 3. Like, you guys are going to use this over and over while you are drawing. Basically, the backspace of your keyboard, it's gonna glue the artboard on your mouse when you're clicking with the left side of your mouse, so you can move around. And here, this magnifying glass, every time that you use this magnifying glass, you can approximate, or holding shift and control, you can move far away. This is can be controlled in the top here also, back and forth. So you can move around easily back and forth and side to side using the backspace of your on your computer. Okay, so first select tool, that is like this dark arrow that you can basically select the elements with. The other element that we're going to use is the rectangle tool, or the creating forms tool. They are going to basically work in the same fashion. And last of all of them, the pen tool. I'm going to start with the pen tool, so you guys can understand how this can work in tandem with the elements that are here in the other side, in this tool area around here. So again, I'm going to just get a little bit closer, and I'm going to just using the space here in my keyboard to get a little bit closer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click once, and then a red line is going to appear. This red line indicates the line that I'm creating. Then we're going to click again and do another point, and again do another point, again, and then we're going to finish. When we are finishing, you guys see there this red dot appears. So here we have like not a perfect, but this square. Doesn't need to be square, can be other types of forms. The interesting thing here is I'm going to change from my pen tool to my select tool, and I'm going to select this almost square that I did. And in the area right beside here, my drawing area, I'm going to have different controls. One of the most important controls is this fill and stroke control that is in here. With this fill and stroke control, I can say like, what's the color inside of my square? The color inside of my square, I can choose, for instance, here, moving this color wheel around, what's the color that I want inside of my square, okay? This, it's gonna happen also with the stroke. So I can have a color inside of my object, I can have a color in my stroke, but we can also choose a style for the stroke also. So I'm choosing here like a different color for the stroke, like this green, so we can see it. I'm gonna get a little closer so you guys can see clear. And the stroke style are here. The measurement of my stroke is in millimeters. I can use in millimeters, I can use in pixels, I can use in points. I'm gonna choose the points, I'm gonna choose 3, and you can see that this line, it's gonna become bigger, like thicker. So again, my magnification tool, Shift and Control, and then backspace to move around. So I can change the color of the stroke, I can change the color inside of my object. Doesn't need to be this square, can be of the size that you want to do. You can have this control in different objects at the same time, and then you can group them. So this process here is just like showcasing how this basic tool can work. So you guys can have this basic idea. And the thing is, if you want to manipulate any of the points of your object, you can come here and you have like a node tool. This node tool will give me the ability of moving those points around. So I can grab those points and reorganize and move those points around. If I want to use rulers, we have rulers on the top and on the bottom and on the left of our artboard. We can click with the right side of our mouse and also choose in millimeters, pixels, inches, centimeters, points. You can you name it, any type of value that you would like to use, you can find it here. And every time that you need like this ruler to appear or this line to appear as a ruler, you need to choose your selection tool, click on top of this rule and bring it down and bring it over. So in this case, if you want like to correct basically this square that we just did, we will use these rulers to help us to make more sense and to be sure that this is aligned correctly in our artboard. So from here, we can create different shapes, different different objects. It's basically the sky's the limit from here. You could build any type of structure like top view, left or side view, and front view of any object that you have. This is just basically scratching the surface right now. If you guys want to go more in depth on this, and we could show you guys how to create a full set of furniture, furniture sets in here, and to bring inside the Magicplan, work more with colors or abstract forms, and to redo vector logos here inside, or any type of signage that you can bring inside of Magicplan. You guys name it. If you guys ask for it, we will be here and we can show you guys how to do it.
Okay, perfect. I mean, there's nothing in the comments, but it can always be that we get them later.
Yeah, no problem. The basic reference here that we take from this little exercise that we did. We just did like a very basic drawing of the bed, and here we just show some basic controls here on this example. And basically, this can be scaled to any type of necessity. It's basically the user case and the user necessity. So guys, if you want to see some of our project like drawing live here with us, please send us like one that you really want to have, or to have that you are having difficulty to do, that we gladly do it here live with you guys, and we test it to show how it works.
If I'm not muting myself, we get the echoes, but you will discover why at the end of this live video. But thank you for the feedback, Gary. And I also have Lodge IT Solutions. I would say good night because it's 2:30 in Australia. So respect for me. Okay, perfect. Okay, Fernando, is there something else that you would like to show? Or we can slowly, let's say, close our live?
Silvia, right now I think we have like those two tools. I would ask people afterwards that are watching afterwards, please, if you have some example of an object or some type of furniture that you guys would like to see recreated here, so we can test inside of Magicplan, please send it to us. We can do the next live based on this example. But for now, this can be super in-depth, but depend on you guys. If you guys are interested, please let us know. We can go as far as you guys want us to go.
Okay, Fernando, do you want to join me here to say goodbye to our viewers without having the echo when we talk? Okay, so give Fernando a second so he can join me in the recording room. So here we are.
So TV magic, guys. This is this is all but a simulation.
Okay, but thank you for letting us know that there was a bit of reverb, because we didn't want to move all the stuff that we had in the other room, because Fernando needs a lot of things, a lot of space to use the programs. We cannot do it on my laptop, so this was the reason why we organized it like this. Okay, perfect. So I would say thank you so much for your time. We will redo this video maybe in some months, so we can also create other objects if you guys have specific objects that you would like to have, as Fernando mentioned. So I see that we have no other questions, so I think we're good to go. And yeah, so as I always say when we come to an end of our videos, have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, or night in Australia, depending on the time zone where you are.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.